So for Canva, I use it for a lot of marketing here at Grow, South Dakota. I do a lot of social media posts, business cards, logos, YouTube videos, presentations, flyers, posters, and so much more. So that is what I use it for. I know that Canva just recently came out with a new version that's going to have some more tools to it, but today we're going to keep it really basic and kind of go through some really smaller items. So we're going to create a logo, a social media post, and a flyer. So if you don't know, Canva does have a pro version and a non-pro version. The pro version costs $14.99 a month for businesses. You can have up to 5 users on there. The price does go up when you add more than 5 users. You can start a free trial of Canva for 30 days to see if you'd like it for the pro version. And then if you are a nonprofit, it is free to nonprofits to use. So that you can use the free version, like I said. It does have a lot of graphics, pictures, video, and audio. The biggest difference is that the Canva Pro version offers over 60,000 free templates, and then the free version offers around 8,000 templates. So to log in and get signed up, you can go to the canva.com/login. And then you can create your sign in with however you see fit by email, Facebook, Google, any of that, or if you can go with another way as well, or a work email. To keep it short and simple today, we're gonna just go in and log in with my account. And I do have the pro version, so you are gonna see what that can do today. Can you see my screen? Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect. So like I said, we're gonna start and we're gonna create a logo. So if you already have a logo, you may want to revamp it. You may want to put it into a higher def version, or if you don't have a logo, you might want to create one for your business. So for today, we are going to create a flower shop logo. I always go into the top here to see any ideas that I can pull up and get a template for. So you could also create a logo from scratch if you're far more creative than I am. Or if you have something in mind that you're not seeing what you want on here. So what I do then is I kind of scroll through the templates and see one that really catches my eye, something that I am, looking for. And so this one, this Claudia, kind of caught my eye. So I'm going to click on it, and then you can see it more in detail when it comes up on here. So then you're going to click on customize this template, and it's going to bring you into the design. So the first thing I am going to do here is I'm going to change the name. So my name isn't Claudia, my name is Olivia. So I'm going to go ahead and put Olivia's Flower Shop. So then when I want to see that, I'm going to click off of the name and kind of click on the side here. So then I can really see what is going on more. You can tell when you hover over each graphic, that is going to be the graphic that you select. So the next thing I think I want to do is change the font. I'm not like loving this font of my name. So I'm going to click again on my name, and I'm going to click up here on font to change the font. And then in the side here, you're going to see it's going to pop up, and they kind of have recently used fonts, a brand kit, popular fonts, or you can go up and just click and type in something like cursive. So then you're going to see all the results for the cursive writing, and I'm just going to kind of scroll through and pick one that I think would fit with my logo. So I'm going to click on this script here. Okay, I really like that. But one thing that also stands out to me is that this is now too big for my logo. So if you come over and hover on top of your the side of your box here and pull it in, it's gonna bring it down so your name or wording, whatever, is going to be smaller. So I like that now. I'm clicking off of it just to kind of see again what it is looking like. And I don't love that this isn't centered. So I'm going to click again on my name, go up here to position, and then I'm going to click align to page and center. Nice, looking good. So the other thing that I want to kind of change here is I really want to delete these graphics. I do not want butterflies on my logo. So I'm going to select the butterfly and then click on delete. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Select the butterfly and then click delete. So now I'm seeing this here and something just looks off to me. I think that I want this Olivia's to be up a little bit. So I'm going to click and hold and drag it so it's more centered. Now you can see on my screen how the lines are showing you where exactly it is in your design. So you can see that the lines are telling you that where they cross is the exact center of the design. So I'm going to go ahead and release it and put it there. So now that I have my design looking pretty much the way I like it, the one thing I'm thinking I want to change is the color of the design. So again, I'm going to click on Flower Shop or Olivia's, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to come up here to text color and I'm going to select the color. So again, you can see the different colors. They have the solid colors, the default colors. Grow has added the brand kit to our Canva team, which you could do as well if your team or business had a brand standard or certain colors that you use. Otherwise, you can go up here and type in specific colors. So I'm going to type in violet. Now it's going to give me some different colors, and I'm just going to scroll down and select one that I think would look nice. And then down here at the bottom, you see it has the option to change all. This is just going to change all of the text. It's not going to change the graphics. So I'm going to select this and change it to be matching with Olivia's and the flower shop. Now I'm going to select back onto my design by clicking, and then I'm going to hover over the flower graphic. Click on that, and then I'm going to come up to the top here and change the color of that as well to match with my Olivia's and Flower Shop design. So now on the side again here, you can see that it has different document colors that have been used in the document. So I'm going to select the one that I have used again. and then go down here to the bottom again and select Change All. So now you can see all of my design is the same color, but I really want to look at my design and see if I need to do anything else. So I'm going to click off to the side here and unhighlight anything on my design. So now I am loving this. I love my design. I don't want to change it at all, but I want to see how it would look on a white background because that's the color of my sign. I'm going to highlight the whole of the picture, go up here to background color. Now I'm going to come over to the solid colors and I'm going to select white. Looks good. Anybody think otherwise? Do I need to add or change anything to it? Ooh, looks good. Okay, perfect. Now, I want to name my design and I want it to be Olivia's Flower Shop logo. I'm going to come up here to this ribbon and click on where it has the current name and highlight that. And then I'm going to type in Olivia's Flower Shop. Oops, can't spell. Perfect. Now, if I'm going back into Canva, I can just search that and it will pop up automatically. So the other thing that I want to do is I want to download my design. So to do that, I'm going to go up here to the share button and I'm going to come down to download. Now I'm going to decide what type of file I want to download it into. So I'm going to click on this arrow that is selecting going down. So I'm going to just scroll through here and decide, do I want it as a PDF, a JPEG, anything like that. I'm going to stick with the PNG for this design because I'm going to also go down here and select transparent background. So you can see here that this is a pro version only feature. So if you do not have the pro version, then you would not be able to select a transparent background. And then I'm going to hit download. So now you can see on the top of my screen here, it downloaded. I would like to go in there and kind of click on it, see if it looks okay, and save it probably to my computer. But if you don't want to do that, it will always be on the on Canva as well. So now I am going to see if you were paying attention. I'm going to put in a quiz here. And you can tell me if you have any questions in the comment as well. All right, I'll give you just a few more minutes here to answer that.
Olivia, I don't know if you saw, there's a couple of questions in the comments.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you want to address those now or.
Okay, yes. Oh, we didn't add a graphic. Oops. Sorry. I will go through that on the next one. Can you add color to the flower elements? Fill them in. Um, on specific elements, you can. It just depends on what you have chose from Canva. So some yes, and then some no. You just have to play around with that and kind of see what elements are able to do that. Give us a quick tour of where all the toolbars are located for various things, please. Okay, I can do that when we go back and end the poll. All right, I'm going to end it here and then share the results. So you can see that double click or hover, the correct answer is double click to select an element. To hover, you can just see where that element is. It kind of covers it. How do you add a Canva graphic to the design? And this is my bad. I missed that step, but you click on uploads and then click elements, and that would be the correct answer. And then what do you click on first to download your design and share? Yep, that is the correct answer. So I'm going to stop sharing the poll. Okay, so next we are going to create a Facebook post. So to do so, we're going to go back up into this open menu, click on that, and then click on home. That's going to bring you back to your home screen. This is where you can see all your recent designs. You can click on the side here. It has projects, templates. This is where you would add your brand if you had one. And then the apps in DreamLab are newer and a little bit more advanced than we're going to get into today. So I showed you how you can click on the top here and search for a logo. You can also come down here to this ribbon and click on whatever you are looking to do. So if you want an Instagram, a flyer, a Facebook post, any of those, they're going to give you the correct size. So we're going to go in and click on the Facebook post. This is going to bring up a blank screen for you to start editing. So I am a firm believer in using the templates and customizing them to fit my design. So that's what we're going to do today. Over here in the side, you can see how you can search templates under design. So I'm just going to type in here again, flower shop Facebook post. Can you tell what I was thinking of when I created this? So then I'm going to come down here and look for all the results. One tip that I want to share with you is that you should look for a post with the same amount of information that you want to put on your post. So if you want to put only a line or two about what you are doing or promoting, then look for a line or two or one picture or two pictures and that kind of thing. So I see one here that kind of catches my eye, this Mother's Day. So I'm going to click on it and bring it into my design. I really like this one, so I'm going to stick with it. And then I'm going to go into uploads. And I'm going to upload our logo that we just created. So when I click on uploads, then I'm going to go into upload files. downloads, Olivia's Flower Shop logo, and then I'm going to click on open. So now you can see it's downloading onto our uploads. Once that's done, just click on the image and it will pop up onto your screen. Now you can see this isn't probably where we want to keep that image. So I'm going to go ahead and click and drag to put it to where I want it. Now this still isn't looking right to me. Obviously, you can't really read it, you can't see anything. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the side in to make it a little smaller. And we're just going to leave that there for now. We can always make it bigger and change the position of it as we go. So now to see this, I'm going to pull down and pull this whole graphic down so I can fit a little bit more in there and see my logo more clearly. So now I am not having a Mother's Day sale. I'm going to have a buy one, get one free sale. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the text and I'm going to type in there buy one, get one free. So now you can see I put that in there, but I really don't like how that looks. I think it needs to be more on one line. So I'm going to come to the side here and pull it so you can see how that makes it to be more one line. Another way you could do this and change the size of the font would be if you were to highlight the font and then come up here to font size and click smaller or larger. Okay, so do I want it to say get her flowers? I don't know. I'm gonna click on there and say, I want it to say the day of my sale, which would be today, 4/16/2025, or I could say April 16th, 2025, something like that. Now that I have that done, what I'm thinking is I want these colors, I want it to match my Olivia's logo. So if you click on this and then click on the element, you can see up here it has the color. So I'm going to click on color. Then I'm going to go into document colors and this plus sign of add a new color. Now I'm going to come down to this dropper and it says pick a color. I'm going to select the dropper and come into my logo and click on the color of the logo. Now that changed this to match the color of the logo. So the other thing I want to do is I want to change this to also match. So I'm going to go up here again after I've selected the element, click on text color, and now it's in the document colors. So I only have to do this and click on that. All right, now I want to see how my document is looking. I'm going to click off of there and kind of see what I think about it. Oh, I see down at the bottom that this says 10% off bouquets. I don't want that on there, so I'm going to select it and then go and delete it. So now you see it has the date, buy one, get one free. Now, if we have all purple, do we want pink flowers? I don't know, maybe, maybe not. We're going to go ahead and go into the Elements tab and then search Elements. And we're going to search in purple bouquet. So now I know that I want it to be a photo. I don't want it to be a graphic. So I'm going to click on the photo and then I'm going to select the photo that kind of catches my eye, maybe something spring or along those lines. So I'm going to select on this bouquet and I'm going to drag it to be where I want it. Now up here at the three dots that say more when you're selecting the bouquet, you can click on there and then come down to the bottom here and click on set image as background. So now the whole background of my um, post is a bouquet, but I don't really like that with the flowers. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo that. Now I'm gonna click on the flowers, the pink ones, and delete those. I'm gonna just drag it over so it looks more flattering to me and pull in the sides so there's not so much background. All right. Now, the only other thing I think here is maybe I need another text box. I'm going to come onto the side here and select text. And then I'm going to do add a text box. I'm just going to click on subtitle, but you could do different things like add a text box, magic write. You could scroll down here and select some of the recently used or font combos. It's just up to you and what you want. So I'm going to click on subtitle and bring it down here to where I want the text. Now I'm going to put on here today only to catch people's eye and with an exclamation point. Now I like that. I'm going to drag it over here, but I think maybe it needs like a circle or something around it to really make it stand out. So I'm going to come up to elements again and clear out what I recently searched. And I'm going to put in here, I want a circle. So now you can see here, it kind of prompts automatically photos, shapes, graphics. The shapes are a little bit easier to customize than the graphics are. The graphics would be preset. And sometimes you can't change the color and different things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on shapes. And then I'm going to click on this circle. Okay. Now this circle, I do not want it to be that color. I want it to be, let's say gray. I'm going to click on the color again and come into the side here and come down to the default colors and click on dark gray. Now I'm going to drag it to be behind my today only. I'm going to push up the bottom so it kind of fits better and then pull out the sides as well. And then move it down. Now, one thing that I haven't really covered here, but is important is sometimes the graphics, they will put them on top of something that you want it to be under, essentially. So if that happens, you can come up here to the three dots that say more, and then come here to the side where it says layer, and you can choose to bring forward, bring to front, send backwards, or send it back. So I'm just, for example, I'm going to show you the forward. I'm going to select bring to front. That will bring it all the way to the front of everything on the page. Okay, so now you can't see my today only. So I'm going to go up here and go to more and then click on layer, and I'm going to click on send to back. That way now I can see my today only again. This is looking really good to me. I want to now go up here and rename it. I'm going to click on this and say flower shop, oops. Buy one, get one free. So then I could stop there and go ahead and go and download it. I could go into here and change some things, like ungroup this if I think this is too far away from that. Or maybe I want to go on here and make this bold so it stands out even more. So I'm going to click on the words and go and put bold. Now I really like that. You can see it, you know, it's today only. The only other thing I would do is maybe change the color. Since it's black on gray, maybe I want it to be white. So I'm gonna go on here to the text color again and select the white. You can click on the document colors or come down to the default. All right, then I would go ahead and download it. But I'm going to see if you have any questions. And then I'm also going to put in here some poll questions again. Make sure you are paying attention and hopefully I didn't miss anything. Okay, what is the difference between bring forward and bring to front? So bring forward would be if you have maybe multiple elements on the screen and you just want it to be in front of one of the elements, not all of the elements. What is the easiest way to group elements? So if you were to go on to say this today only and select the background, come up here to the more, and then if you were to go down here and say lock, you could lock the position. Rachel, do you know how to group elements? I might have to look that one up. I don't do that very often just because I like to be able to edit it easier.
Mhm.
Um, so
I think
when
if
they're
you,
grouped together,
yeah, if you hover it, yep, you hover and then you can go group or ungroup. So like if you were to hover that whole left side and select the whole left side, so kind of put your cursor at the top left outside of your document and click and then highlight everything you want grouped. I think that is how I did it before. So if you get everything to select, you should be able to group it. And maybe that's what you just tried. There, you can see at the bottom you have a group option. So now you can group those together.
yep. So now if I move these, they will all be together.
Yep.
So it just depends on what you want to do. And a lot of Canva is you know, trial and error. So it's just what looks right to you and trying different things. Let's see. How is a Facebook post different from regular graphics on Canva? So different social medias have different size um, posts that look better on each social media page. So like Instagram and Facebook are very similar where they would look pretty good together. But if you were to put something on X or LinkedIn, you might find that the sizes look either too small or really big. Where do you look up things? Do you mean like just things that you've made or where you want to add things? You said you would look up something.
I wonder, I wonder if you mean just look up an element, maybe. If you go through that again.
Sure. Yeah, so if you go onto the side here, you can look up different elements. You could look at projects and different things like that. So, say I wanted to add on the side here, an element or a graphic is another way to say that. I would come up to the top here and type in whatever I'm looking for. So they have graphics, stickers, photos, and different things like that. How do you search something in Canva? You were going to look up things, look up how to group things. Oh, if I was gonna look up how to group things, I might just Google it or ask Rachel.
There's also at the bottom, in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a question mark with a circle around it. If you
Mhm.
kind of hover over that, you can ask Canva. It's like a virtual chat, and it'll direct you to a frequently asked questions or a training page, so you can go there. You can also, I think, maybe do that virtual assistant type thing in there too, possibly. So that's
Yes.
an option.
Yeah, and I see somebody put it in the chat, a beginner Canva guide. That is great too. I have used that. They also frequently have different trainings that they put on their website as well. All right, I'm gonna end the poll and share the results. So how do you return home? You are going to select home. Trick question. What do you click to start uploading a file? The correct answer was uploads. And then what was my tip about social media posts? Yep, look for a design with the same amount of information as you want on the post. Perfect. All right, stop sharing that. All right, third and final on our docket today is going to be creating um, a flyer. So to go back to home, we're going to select the menu option at the top and then click on home. So this is the other way you can decide to what you are going to create. If you go up to the top here on the ribbon and click on more, it's going to give you a bunch of popular different sizes and layouts of posters, flyers, whatever you are wanting to do. So if you scroll through here, you can see you can create graphs, resumes, marketing, personal event planning, and different things like that. We are going to go up here and select the flyer. And again, that's going to populate a pretty blank flyer. And you can come here onto the side and select the template that fits with you for you as well. So I'm going to just type in here flower shop again. And then I'm going to put in their flyer as well, just so we get something of what we want to do. So again, I'm just going to scroll down and kind of find one that fits what I'm wanting to do. I really like how this one pops out to me, so I'm going to go ahead and select it and put it onto the page. I think this looks perfect. This is all I want, just a really basic flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and select off of here so I can really get a look at what it's saying. So again, I think that it is important to keep your branding similar across the board. I would go in here and upload my logo again, but since it's already in here, I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this. Whenever you upload something, it will stay in there until you go through and delete it. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna kind of push that down. Um, that's really hard to see, so we're gonna come back here and address that. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this element. I can see that it's black. So maybe if I come up here to the color and change the color to something lighter, like a white or a gray, it would be easier to see my background. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the white. You can see it's like much easier to see my background or my logo, excuse me, but I might change that in the end again. I am gonna move on from that right now and see what exactly else I want to change. So something that I think maybe would look better changed is this background picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over to elements again. And I'm going to type in a background picture, and maybe I want it to be a field of flowers. So you can see again, it populates a variety of different options. I'm going to go on to the top here and click on photos again, just so I can see exactly what I want. I know I want a photo, I don't want an element. So I'm going to kind of scroll down here and choose one that I think would look good. Again, it's just a preference thing on what you want to do. You could add your logo as a background. You would just need to download it not as a transparent background. It might look a little funky if you do that. So then again, I'm going to click on one and I really like this. I'm going to go up here to the three dots that say more. And I'm going to go ahead and come down here and say replace background. Ooh, I love that. That looks great. But now I don't like how it is really hard to see these words. So I'm going to select the um, one of the words, and I'm going to go ahead and go and click on the text color. And I'm just going to turn all of the words black for now to see so I can really see what I'm working with. And then down here at the bottom again, I'm going to select change all so they can all be black. Perfect. I really like that I can see it now and really know what I'm working with. But I think I don't want this shape to be so transparent. So I'm going to hover over it and click it. And then at the top here where you can see the checkered shape, it says transparency. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and bring the transparency up. That is going to make it less transparent. Perfect. So now you can really see what I am doing here. I am just going to go ahead and change the date on here by clicking on the date. I'm going to put it for today's date, 04/16. Oops. And then I'm going to come down here and make sure all the information is correct as well. So I'm going to click on that and just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th Avenue. And our website is oliviasflowershop.com. Perfect. Oh, I don't really like this though. I'm going to go ahead and delete that as well. Then I'm going to bring this up here. And you know what? I just feel like you can't really see that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it and make it a little bigger. And now I want to make sure it's in the middle because OCD. And I'm going to go in here and click on position and then center. And so I know it's exactly in the middle. So now I think that this is great, but I want to print it on paper that is going to be larger than the standard 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to go on the side here and click on resize. And then I'm going to do custom size. You can see, you can also click on social media, print products, presentations. Those will make it to be the size that you would fit that social media the best. So I'm going to click on custom size. And you can see here, you can change the width and the height in inches. Or if you click on here, you can do pixels, millimeters, centimeters, whatever floats your boat. Or you can come down here to do the saved, like the different ones that I have done in the past. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this 14 by 8.5. I want it a custom size, so that's what I'm doing. Then I'm going to click on resize this design. You could also click on copy and resize if you wanted to just save this design. Maybe you want different types of flyers. You want some that are 8.5, 8 by 11, or maybe you want like a 5 by 7 postcard, but you want it to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and click on resize this design. And then it kind of gives you a preview of what you want, what it's going to look like. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, now I don't really like this. So I'm going to come up to the top here and edit this to make it look more of what I want it to look like. So I'm going to bring up Olivia's Flower Shop. I'm going to pull down some of this and see more of what I want it to look like. Now you can see here, there is something in the background that's kind of like a loop-de-loop. I'm just going to select that and then delete it because I don't want that on there. So after playing with that a little bit, I think it needs something on the side here. I am just going to click on the elements again and click on the shapes. You can look at what you have up here, but maybe I want something like a line or something to put under my flower shop. Or maybe I want a purple bouquet, something to fill this space here on the side. Now I'm going to click on graphics, and I'm just going to select something that catches my eye to fill the space on the side here. See, you can see that's maybe a little too big. So if you want, you can just pull it from the side here and drag it in to make it smaller. This looks perfect to me now, so I'm going to go ahead and download it. But maybe I want this to just look a little bit more like it pops. I could select that and go on to effects and then click on whatever style or effect you wanted to see. So something you could do it like a shadow if you wanted it to pop, or lift if you wanted it to have a shadow on the background, something like that. Okay, perfect. Does anybody have any more questions? I'm going to do the final poll. I know we're running a little close to time here, so. And also, if you want to put into the chat, if you would be interested in any other digital literacy courses, or if you're interested in a more in-depth dive into Canva, I kept it pretty basic, just because I didn't know the level of knowledge with this group, and I would love to do something more of a deep dive. Or if you have any questions, I can put my email into the chat as well. I'd be happy to help. I'm not gonna say I'm like I know everything, but I can definitely find you the answer if I don't know it off the top of my head. I'm just gonna go ahead and end the poll here and kind of go through the answers, share the results. So the last step to resize a design without creating a duplicate is click on custom size. Or excuse me, resize the design. I'm telling you the wrong answer. And then how do you make a shape translucent? You can click on the more and slide the taskbar to the desired transparency. Thank you for being here